So, you want to bag your 12th generation, 12th gen Toyota Corolla. Hello and welcome to another video. We are now greeted with a 12th generation Corolla or Altis as we call it in the Philippines. This is actually the chassis code E210 or E210 as I would like to call it, di ba? So that being said, this is actually very surprising. This car is really surprising. Why? Beneath all of these Corolla features is actually a different car, okay? Iba ang kotseng ito sa ilalim ng lahat ng yan. It is actually a Toyota Camry underneath. Ano ibig sabihin nun? The under chassis of this car is totally, almost, well, sa likod talagang Camry. Sa unahan, it's almost a Camry. So if you want to know more about why this is actually a Camry underneath all of that, stay tuned, keep watching, like and share the video, hit the bell icon for the notification, and listen up, okay? We're going to discuss the dynamics of this car, we're going to discuss how to bag the car, what it will look like, what are the specs for this car, and yeah, strap in your thinking hats. There's a lot to discuss. This is a very, very interesting car. I want you to listen carefully. Let's go to the under chassis section of this car. Alright, welcome to the front side of the suspension ng 12th Gen Corolla Altis. Alright, right in front of us, we are greeted with a McPherson type strut, and indeed we are using a K-Sport coilover na kinonvert natin sa air suspension. Now, we are using a double bellow bag sa unahan, and as you can see, we have multiple lock rings here, and we have our airbag. This car is set already for the maximum drop pag tinanggal natin itong dalawang lock ring na to. But rest assured, it can still be securely fastened with this upper ring because this is just the ring for the bags. So, that being said, pag nakita nyo ito mamaya, hindi siya magdadrop ng sagad kasi kailangan pa niya magpalit ng goma yung may-ari. So, ang advice ko na lang, itaas muna natin ng 12mm just to clear the gap kasi yung bumpers na dito pumuputok. Pag nag-air out siya, tumutulak siya pa ganyan. We don't want that. So, papalit muna siya ng goma to a 225/35 and then saka namin siya isasagad ng air out. But for now, at least naka-ready na yun. So, yes. Something to discuss about the front ng Altis. It is very similar to the previous generation Altis na 11th Gen. To the point I think they have the same knuckle as well. Kasi we have a 11th Gen right there in front of us. Kasabay ng 12th Gen na ito. So, I am pretty sure that's almost the same as the previous generation. So, that being said, it is a McPherson type strut. So, ang mangyayari dito is pag kinabig mo yung manibela, iikot din yung shock. So, yun lang yung downside sa gantong type of strut na McPherson. So, pag kumabig yung manibela, as you can see, kumakabig din siya. Alright? Balik ko. Okay. So that is the downside. Umiikot yung fitting, umiikot yung airbag. Yan yung mga kailangan nating iwasan. At kailangan tandaan pag nag-air suspension ng McPherson type strut. So anyway, that is all I need to say about the front side of the suspension ng kotseng ito. Wala na naman tayong kailangan pang i-discuss. Other than that, it's very spacious. Not something to note din as well. Maluwag naman siya. Although medyo malapit dito, kailangan lang tanggalin yung mga lock sa likod at saka bolt. We have to remove a bolt here kasi may bolt na malapit sa likod ng bag. So, ano pa ba? Yun lang naman. May mga clip lang din dito kakalasin tayo. But regardless, we have to just, make sure na wala magpa-puncture sa bag na to. So, yun lang. That is a very simple suspension layout and hope you understood it. Okay? Bye! Punta tayo sa likod. Alright, sa likod naman ng suspension ng ating Altis, we are mated with a independent rear suspension finally. This is actually very similar. No, not similar. This is actually a suspension ng Camry. This is 1:1 suspension ng Camry na katulad na sa atin. 2021 Camry, it's the same for the Altis. And I am so happy na ginawa nila to sa 2020 na Altis onwards or the 12th generation Altis because this will translate to a very nice ride. So, lahat ng likod ng kotseng ito ay Camry. Literal, lahat. Yung bag na ginamit natin dito, tsaka yung catalog, it's for the Camry. Trail arm, Camry. Shocks, Camry. So, I believe that this is actually very, very smart of Toyota to do for the Altis kasi this will translate to a very nice riding vehicle unlike the 11th gen. Later, pagkatapos ko mag-umik dito sa 12th gen, papakita ko saglit yung 11th gen na previous model and why this is a big leap for the chassis. Malaking tulong to sa ride comfort ng Altis and it actually brings the Corolla Altis to a luxury level. Kasi gantong mga independent rear suspension, nilalagay na to sa mga higher end models like yun nga, Camry. So, what we have here is an independent rear suspension setup, divorced, okay? Ibig sabihin, nagka-camber siya pag bumaba yung kotse. We have our divorced airbag here. We have our divorced K-Sport shock over there. Naset na namin yung damping and everything, so all set na yan. Ngayon, yun nga, it's a big surprise that Toyota actually invested on something like this. This is very unusual for them to do, but they are trying to make cars, you know, fun and enjoyable, kumbaga. So, I'm just checking my clearances here. Katulad naman to ng Camry, so wala tong axle sa likod, so it's very spacious. Okay, as long as your bags aren't puncturing anything or rubbing against anything, you won't have a problem. So, big shout out sa Toyota for doing this, for the Toyota Corolla Altis. This is a big leap for comfort. Okay, punta tayo dun sa 11th gen saglit, sa kabilang side. Pakita ko sa inyo yung downside ng dating suspension. Okay? Alright, so here, andito tayo sa 11th gen. This is Sir Jem's Altis, 11th generation. Okay? It's here for maintenance and I'm actually putting a new bag for him as a gift. So, Merry Christmas, Sir Jem. Thank you nga pala sa pagkatalog ng kotse mo. So, here we are in the rear suspension ng 11th gen or the previous model ng Altis na Corolla Altis na ginagawa natin or pinag-uusapan natin. So, as you can see, this is a dependent suspension. See that rod? That is actually connected to the other side of the suspension or the other side of the car. This translates to a very bouncy ride kasi each time na magbabounce ako dito, ayan na, literal. Imagine I'm bouncing my hand here. It will translate that oscillation sa kabilang side. Okay? They do this for economical cars talaga to cut some costs for the suspension kasi this actually deletes a lot of the links, control arms. Okay? Madami silang matitipid pag ito ang ginawa nila suspension type. So being that or knowing that actually, we are actually meted with a conundrum na bakit di pa nila ito nilagay dun sa previous model. So yun ang hindi ko alam. Pero that being said, the 12th gen already moved away from this and it has upgraded itself to the independent rear suspension rather than the dependent. So yun lang naman, let's drop the car, let's drop the 12th gen Altis and actually let's hear our final thoughts about the car.
Alright, welcome sa trunk layout ng kotse. So, as you can see, it's quite there up in the trunk layout. Tama-tama, para mapakita ko na rin sa inyo yung tunog ng pump. This is actually our external pump layout. As you can see, ganyan yung tunog ng pump natin. So this is actually mounted sa taas kasi wala siyang ibang space and the client has a subwoofer box behind the system. Ang ginawa na lang namin, since may ilaw yung kanyang subwoofer, we actually, you know, centered out the speaker and then nilagay natin yung system here, pump there. So this is inversely mounted. This is actually an EXO mount package. So additional cost tong EXO mount package, okay? It's not part of the package yet. So dahil there's actually custom-made aluminum brackets na merong dampers. So the vibration will be decreased and everything's clamped to the tank. So yan yung layout natin. This is actually a single pump package. It doesn't really need that much air. So isang pump lang nilagay natin kasi nga magaan naman yung kotse. It's using only 45 PSI for the front and rear. It's quite light. The car's quite light. So that being said, yeah. And simple layout lang tayo and there's nothing much to wonder about the car. So, pinupuno natin yung hangin, so you can still hear it. So the guy, yan, tumigil na yung pump. The guy really loves his sound system. He has an aftermarket sound system installed on the Corolla. So, yeah, nothing much more to wonder about. It just looks clean. If you like the same setup, it's gonna cost you around 155,000. Okay, so bear that in mind. It's a coilover conversion. And yeah. How do you like it? Let me know. Okay? Welcome to the final thoughts about this car. So you can see, diniscuss natin yung under chassis ng kotse. and we discussed the trunk layout of the car, and as you can see, I explained briefly how this car is actually a Camry. I explained briefly how this is actually a great platform now dahil nagbago na yung likod ng kotseng ito. From a dependent suspension, a torsion bar style suspension, it is now an independent rear suspension copied from the Camry. And the Camry is actually copied from the ES, Lexus. So ibig sabihin, this car is part Lexus, part Toyota inside, and it's Camry, I don't know, it's a Frankenstein. But if you're buying one of these today, this is going to be probably the best value for money car at this platform for a sedan, for a normal size sedan. This is actually really good. Compact size sedan, if you may say. Napaka-underrated nitong kotseng to, grabe. So let's quickly demonstrate the dynamics of the car. Let's raise up the car. Okay? Maximum air up. Let's show the rear. Okay? Maximum travel natin yan. And then, let's drop the car. So as you can see, the drop, naka-19s to. Nagpapatugtog pa siya ng music. I'm gonna get copyrighted. So, anyway, yeah. That being said, the drop is amazing. Naka-19s din to. The front, almost fender to lip. Pwede pa ibaba yan, pero papalit muna ng goma yung may-ari. Sa likod, nakatak na siya. As you can see, it's maximum drop na sa likod. Okay, P1 tayo. This is P1, P2, and P3. Alright? So, let's drop the car again and let's discuss the final thoughts about this car. As I have already discussed, this car is really underrated, and probably this is the best car to buy for stunts and a good riding car at this price point. It's just such a bargain to buy an Altis with these features. Camry suspension, independent rear suspension, okay? And it looks really sexy. Sorry, I'm biased. Maganda, crush ko tong kotseng to. Crush ko yung platform na to. I actually want an Altis, but I already have a Camry. So, sad, but it looks really nice. Every time I see a 12th generation Altis, napapatingin talaga ako. Especially, yung maganda yung mga wheels. Shoutout sa mga static boys ng Altis. At sa mga nakaibang Altis dyan o Corolla, stay tuned. This is actually a great riding car. So, that being said, final thoughts. Is it easy to do? Yes, ginawa namin ito sa Makati. This is rocking on a K-Sport coilover conversion. And madaling gawin yung likod. It's very easy if you know how to do the car already. But if you cannot do the coilover conversion, mahihirapan kayo. If you're gonna use the stock suspension, it's not going to be possible. I'm looking for the stock suspension. I'm going to show you. Okay? This is actually the problem with the stock suspension. Okay? The shock mount is actually diagonal. You cannot convert the stock suspension if the shock mount is diagonal like this. See? Tagilid siya. The bearing is not centered out to the spring. That's gonna cause you a problem if you don't convert to coilovers. Okay? I would not suggest to bag the car if you're on stock suspension. If kailangan mo, kukuha na lang tayo ng coilovers. K-Sport, good money. Okay? Splurge ka ng konti and you'll get a good riding car. Plus, nung nag-coilover siya, ang gaan ng manibela, rides really well. The damping set is really nice. Madumi ang kamay ko. So, yeah. That being said, is it a great platform? Oh my God. Yes, ang ganda ng platform na to. If you're into stance and you want something to start off, get a Corolla na 12th generation, good value for money suspension for the suspension feel, and lagyan mo ng 19s air sus mo, bam! Boom! Tapos, that's it. Yan na siya. Okay? Wala na paligi-ligi pa. There's nothing more to discuss. It is a great platform. If you have one, please bag the car. Okay? It's a great platform. It will ride really well. If you have one, do it. Kaya natin gawin sa Makati yan. Hindi mo na kailangan iuwi sa Lipa. Okay? Get a coilover. It's going to be like a Subaru. Hindi siya pwedeng airsus na hindi naka-coilover. So, sorry sa mga 12th generation. You really have to invest. But you will not regret it talaga. So,
If you have the budget for the air suspension, it's going to be really good. I'm really looking forward for more 12th generation Altis to be on air suspension. This is the first one in the Philippines. Walang ibang gumawa nito kundi kami pa lang. So, good luck sa mga gustong sumuwa. But, you will be, I already taught you, I already showed you how to. And I'm hoping na may iba dyan lumabas kahit di sa amin galing. Kasi this car is actually a great platform to do. That is gonna be my final thoughts, okay? That is going to be it for this video. It's been Kyle from Fitment Engineering and you're watching Fitment TV. I would love, really, really love to get my hands on another one of these. I'm looking forward. I'm looking at you. Sa next 12th gen ko ang gagawin. I really hope I can work on another one. It's really nice. I really would want another car like this in our inventory. So, I'll see you in the next episode, guys. Please like and share the video, subscribe to the channel, and hit the bell icon for a notification. It's been fun doing this. As you can see, I'm ecstatic and I'm full of energy to shoot this because I've been waiting for this for a long time. Merry Christmas in advance to everyone, and have a great holidays. Bye. Damn, I can't touch my hair. It's so fucking dirty.